Hello students, it's Nazia Begum here, your physics lecturer, welcoming you all in today's lecture. So in our previous lecture, we were discussing about the some phenomena which are related to refraction. Okay, so there we have already discussed this phenomena in which when there is no water in a container, we cannot see the coin, but when we pour the water, because of refraction, we can see the coin. Okay. After that, let's now move to the next phenomena. So here is the another very important, very good example of refraction. So here in this case, what happened? The real depth of any pool or tank, okay, that appears to be raised up. Okay, the pool or the container in which the water is filled, its bottom looks a little bit raised up, it looks shallow. Okay, and that is because of refraction. Now why it happens, let us try to understand. So here in front of you, you are having one pool. Okay, and this is the upper surface of the pool. From this surface, the bottom, this one is bottom, it is having the real depth. Okay, this much is the real depth. But now let's see what happened here. Suppose there is one point O at the bottom of this pool. Okay, so from point O we can see that two rays are going out, OA and OB. Okay, that rays are traveling inside the pool in the liquid. As they reaches to point A and B, here refraction takes place, and because of refraction what happened? Now the rays will not follow the straight line path, but they bend a little bit. Okay, when they go from denser medium to rarer medium, inside the pool water is there, that's why it is the denser medium, and outside the pool air is there, so that's why that is the rarer medium. So when the light ray goes from denser to rarer medium, it moves away from the normal, they expand. Okay, and they follow path AX and BY. Okay, so when by following these two paths, light ray enter in our eye, so what we feel that rays are coming from this point I and not from O. Okay, and because of that, what we feel that the bottom of the pool is this one. And why this happen? Suppose if there is no refraction, then this light ray will straight go like this. Okay, but because of refraction what happen? The light rays bend a little bit, and when they reaches to our eye, they are in a particular direction that when we extrapolate the rays in the backward direction, so they will meet at one particular point. Okay, here at I, and the image of point O will formed at I. Okay, so there we feel that is the bottom of the pool. Okay, so that is not the actual bottom, it is the image of the bottom. That's why this depth is called apparent depth. So here you can see from the top surface of the liquid to this surface where we have the image, it is called the apparent depth. Okay, so because of refraction, the bottom looks a little bit raised up, and the depth from this surface to that raised up bottom is called the apparent depth. Now let's move to the next topic, that is refraction of light by spherical lenses. So what is a lens? Lens is used for so many purposes in day-to-day life. Okay, you have seen that microscope is there. Okay, wait. So here you can see the image of a microscope. This microscope is used to see the microorganism. Okay, and in this microscope we are using lenses. Then you might have seen that magnifying glasses. Magnifying glasses are also a kind of lens only. They are simple convex lens. Okay, and some more other important uses are there of lenses in making spectacles, cameras, microscope, telescope, film projector, and so many uses are there of lenses. And the working of lens is based on the principle that when the light ray passes uh, passes through different medium, it changes its path. Okay, working of a lens is based on the refraction of light rays when they pass through it. Now we will study about different type of lenses and how the refraction takes place in that. And before moving to the refraction, how it takes place through these spherical lenses, first let us discuss the types of convex lenses. So what is a lens? Lens is a piece of transparent glass bound by two spherical surfaces. Okay, so lens is nothing but a transparent glass which is bound by two spherical surfaces. Okay, so according to their spherical surfaces, they are of two types. Okay, when the lens is thick from the center part and thinner at the edges, so that time it is called convex lens. In convex lens you will see the bulging out part. Okay, so this is convex lens. The other one, okay, this diagram you can see in front of you, this is concave lens. The concave lens is thinner at the center and it becomes thicker as we go towards the edges. Okay, so this lens, this type of structure is of concave lens. Now, before understanding the refraction through the lenses, we have to understand some terms. We have to be familiar with some terms related to lenses. Okay, so the very central part of a lens, this one, it is called the optical center. Okay, now principal focus of the lens. See, these are the light rays, incident light rays, which are coming towards the convex lens, and when they pass through the convex lens, because of refraction, what happened, the light ray change their direction of propagation. Okay, initially they were coming in a straight line, then because of refraction they bend towards one particular point. So all the rays, when they pass through the lens, convex lens, they bend towards one particular point. So that point where they all meet together, that is called the focus. Okay, and the line joining optical center and focus. Okay, this line which is joining the optical lens and focus, this line is called principal axis. And one more thing is there, that the rays which are parallel to principal axis, okay, whatever rays are parallel to principal axis, like these rays are coming parallel to principal axis, they all will pass through focus. So whatever rays are coming parallel to principal axis, they will meet on the focus. Is it clear? So now we have this definition of principal focus of a convex lens. The principal focus of a convex lens is a point on its principal axis to which light rays parallel to the principal axis converge after passing through the lens. So here, sorry. So here you have the principal axis. Okay, this is the principal axis and the point F is also on the principal axis. So we can say that whatever light rays are coming parallel to principal axis, after passing through the lens, they all meet at one point of principal axis, and that point only is called as focus. Then one more important thing is there, that because the lens is having two curved surfaces, that's why the lenses are having two focus. Okay, the lenses are having two focus, and the distance from the optical center to focus, that distance is called focal length. Okay, and here in this convex lens, the light rays are meeting at one point, that is, they are converging, they are coming closer to each other. So when the light ray comes close to each other, this phenomena is called converging. So convex lens is what kind of lens? It is a converging lens. Okay, now a lens has two foci. The two foci of a lens are at equal distances from the optical center, one on either side of the lens. Okay, and one more thing, convex lens has real focus. Okay, so what is real focus? When the light rays after refraction, when the light rays meet actually with each other. So here what is there? Whatever light rays are coming after uh, refraction, they get converged and they all meet at one point. So if the light rays are meeting at the focus, so that time focus is called the real focus. Now why I am telling that they are actually meeting? Because in case of concave lens, they actually do not meet with each other. Okay, so that time focus will be not real but the virtual one. The focal length of a lens is the distance between optical center and principal focus of the lens. Okay, now let's try to understand the focus of concave lens. Then you will understand that why I said that convex lens is having real focus. Okay, so in case of concave lens, what happened when the light rays incident on the concave lens? So here we are having the optical center and this one is our principal axis. Okay, so when the light rays are parallel to principal axis, my lines are not parallel, so here you can see that these are the parallel lines. Okay, parallel to principal axis. So when these lines passes through the concave lens, so what happened? This concave lens diverges the light rays. When the light rays goes away from each other, it is called diversion. Okay, so here you can see that after refraction the light rays are going away from each other, so here diversion takes place. So that's why concave lens is called diverging lens. So here you can see in case of convex lens, here we were having our focus. Why? Because after passing through the lens, the light rays were meeting here, but now in this case the light rays are not meeting with each other, they are going away from each other. So this side we are not going to get our focus. So how we will get our focus? To get our focus, what we will do? We will imagine and we will extend these light rays. Okay, these rays na which are after refraction which get diverged, these rays we will imagine that we extrapolate them backside. Extrapolating means increasing their length only. So when we extrapolate them backside, so they all will meet at one point. So whatever point where the imaginary rays, that means that extended rays meet, that point is called the focus of the concave lens. So now here you can see that after refraction, after passing through the lens, the rays are actually not meeting with each other. Okay, but we are imagining that when we extend them backside, okay, when we extend them this side, then they are meeting at one particular place, and that is the focus of concave lens. So that's why it is called the virtual focus, because actually the rays are not meeting here. So a concave lens is having the virtual focus. So today we have discussed about the focus of convex lens and concave lens. Okay, so do remember it, that convex lens is having real focus and concave lens is having virtual focus. Now in next lecture we will discuss that what are the rules for formation of images by the lenses. So this is it for today's lecture. See you in next lecture. Till then, goodbye. Take care, do some productive work, and the most important thing, be healthy, be safe.